Hello there, Aza here, back with another video. Man, survival game genre. Let's just say my first ever game I actually purchased on Steam is actually a Minecraft-like clone but with zombies called 7 Days to Die. It was a early access game that came out back then, and you know what? Because I have some friends I can get to play with, I just decided to just buy it because why not? And it was my college days, and it was pretty fun to be able to just build your base together, try to survive the night, and then especially the blood moon nights at the 7th day, every single 7th day of the week. There will always be a harder wave of zombies trying to take down your base and everything. It was a pretty good time. The only thing that is actually keeping me to continuously play that game that much back then is because of mods as well. Without mods, that game is pretty bare bones, and just like vanilla Minecraft, when I actually played it recently, it's really the modding scene that actually saves these games, especially when Minecraft was eventually bought by Microsoft. The power control from the corporations is actually getting stronger and stronger by the day. So at that point, I was kind of getting tired of Minecraft. Even today, there is actually a competitor coming very, very soon, and that is Hytale. Now, what is Hytale? It is one of the most sought after game for the longest time, because since its announcement in 2017 or 2018, it has been quite the crazy hype train, and the original trailer actually have gotten 63 million views, which actually means that the entirety of the Minecraft player base is probably anticipating this game to come up as well. And once it was acquired by Riot Games, I just realized, hey, this is actually a pretty huge thing, because a game studio like Riot Games decided to just purchase them. That's no small feat for random game studios to just, acquire them out of nowhere. But then there's a long time period of us just literally waiting and hearing zero news about the development of Hytale for the longest time. And by then, a lot of people actually just assumed that Riot wanted to, keep it under wraps to make sure that development is actually good. But apparently, it was because the decisions of the higher ups deciding that the game is not perfect enough that they decided to just cut at the entirety of the game and try to rebuild it from scratch, which is not the vision of the original Hytale developers from Hypixel Studios. Unfortunately, after that, not long ago, they actually just announced that Hytale would be, cancelled, and it will be stopping development because of the costs, I guess, from just developing this game alone. Luckily, however, the original Hypixel, or the CEO of Hypixel Studios, which is Mr. Simon Hypixel himself, finally managed to acquire back the rights of Hytale and managed to bring the game back from the dead. Incredible news, to be honest. Hytale is the vision that I think a lot of Minecraft players really wanted to see become fruition, because firstly, Minecraft is technically just a game for kids. What happens if you have kids that has been playing Minecraft since they are a child, but they decided that, you know what, I wanted to play something with more substance than just being just a sandbox alone, and they decided to just install a little bit of a mods here and there, but in the end, the game is still going to be tied to its origin as Minecraft. There is no way for you to actually change how the mechanics, how the combat, and how a lot of those minor details that is related to Minecraft's art style. It's not going to change anytime soon, especially with the way that Mojang is currently patching the game. And unfortunately, every single huge patch that they release, they don't really change the game too much. So with a studio like Hypixel that has been, running the Hypixel server for the longest time, they have a huge roster of experienced developers literally on the helm to develop a next generation version of Minecraft. And it's not to replace Minecraft entirely, but it's to make a game that was beloved by the people who enjoyed Minecraft but wish Minecraft to be a much more player friendly game. So Hytale seems to be like this Minecraft but next generation kind of a game now. Even in their its own bare bones version, you can see that the combat is completely different than what the Minecraft's basic, left click to attack and the right click to use your shield to defend and so on, right? There's a lot of intricate details and mechanics and skills that you can actually utilize in order for you to take advantage of different weapons that you have been using. For example, if you use a sword, you can actually, use a shield to bash your enemy as well. You can also use daggers to hit very very quickly and has much more quicker attacks if you actually charge it up as well. You can also jump with your mace and a hammer to literally close the gaps with the enemies so that you can hit them in their faces. Of course, there's a lot more other weapons like magic castings that I don't really see that much happening yet in Hytale, but I believe the developers is probably going to reveal to us in the future. However, even by itself, I think Hytale, in terms of like the potential of what you can do as a community server game, is actually beyond whatever that we can do in vanilla Minecraft. Unfortunately, as much as mod packs are able to, fix Minecraft's issue, we cannot really rely on the mod packs all the time when people will always prefer the vanilla experience more than the modded experience. A lot of the mod packs really do change stuff a lot, but at the same time, because of the constant update versions as well, the mod packs always break. So Hytale has decided that actually they wanted to implement a modding system where even when the game is going to be updated to the newer version, you can still play the old version and the mods will still work with the game. And I think that is actually a good move, because for the longest time, modders have been having a hard time to be updating their updates for the longest time, especially in all platforms for Minecraft in terms of like the mods, because there's so many mods that each developers have only so much time to develop constantly. So only certain mods where the developers is actually active enough to be able to develop for will always be keep up to date. The rest of the other mods, if they are outdated, suddenly your mod pack just does not work, and that really really sucks. And that is what Hytale intends to fix. Not only they are providing us a robust creative mode where you can actually apply brushes and literally delete terrain in game, which is insane because even Minecraft creative mode can't really do a lot of things except for maybe just flying around, because you still need to build everything single thing manually for yourself, of course. So yeah, the fact that Hytale developers actually thought of allowing the players to actually build easily and with all the quality of life tools imaginable is just going to make the whole modding scene and the creative scene so much better in comparison to Minecraft. So why am I actually hyping this game out? Because the developer recently just stated that they might be having around like 1 million players trying to log in at day one of the early access. When the developer actually is able to tell you the numbers of players who they estimate to be logging in, that means the sales have exceeded 1 million people. That means there is literally more than 1 million people purchasing the early access of Hytale and just literally anticipating to play it literally from day one. And not to mention, there is already like more than 20 plus mods already literally developed and ready to launch and ready to be used and ready to be played on day one as well, which is insane for a new game like Hytale. The fact that the developers are able to bring this game from the dead and have decided to just ditch the latest version and just go back to the original legacy version with all the trailers from the past years is literally the most impressive thing I've ever seen, because the developers of Hypixel Studio decided to just give us several months and we suddenly have a playable game now. And it's just crazy to think how much money was wasted by a large studio like Riot. Overall, still, do I actually recommend Hytale to people to play? Yes, because Hytale is not just another Minecraft knockoff. It's the next generation of what Minecraft should evolve into that we wanted for the longest time. Because of the style of the game and because the game is not exactly taxing on the PC hardware and maybe for consoles as well. And I cannot wait for the launch literally the next day. I hope that you guys would actually, leave a like for my videos and subscribe to me if you wanted to hear more news about Hytale in the future. And that's all I wanted to talk about, and I'll see you guys next time. Sayonara.